If you're ready to have a brand that effortlessly stands out from your competition and attracts your dream clients, but you're on a budget, then keep watching, because in this video, I'm going to be sharing my favorite free tools and resources to help you do just that. If you're new here, I'm Alli, and I help entrepreneurs like yourself elevate your brand and online presence so that you connect with your dream clients quickly and confidently so that you can be making money in your business. And while many entrepreneurs have already been in business for a while and may be in the position to hire out a brand expert to help them develop a stunning new brand for their business, other entrepreneurs simply are not in this position yet. And if that's you, that's totally fine. What's not fine though is then to shell out gobs of money on software and spend loads of time trying to figure out that software just to get the job done. It's super important to me that tools are not the thing that holds you back. And luckily, there are great free ones to use as well that I'm about to share with you. But first, let me clarify what a brand is in the first place, because there's a lot of confusion around this and people thinking that your brand is just your logo. Your logo is really just one element inside of your entire branding toolkit. Your brand is actually how your business shows up and acts in front of your audience. It's how it makes them feel. It's how they describe you and talk about you when you're not even there. And this is why branding is so important. When you put strategy behind the colors that you use and the typefaces and shapes that you're using, you're able to better control how your business is perceived. And once your visual brand has already been created, it makes showing up online so much easier, so much less work, because all of the design decisions have been made ahead of time. You already know what colors and typefaces and design elements that you're going to be using. So no more staring at a blank square on your screen wondering what to put on it. Okay, so let's dive into what free tools you can use to make this happen. First up, let's talk about brand colors. So inside of my program, Brand Up, I teach how to strategically choose colors that will best attract your audience, and then to use this software to fine-tune this 5-color palette that I show you how to create. And that software that I use to do that is called coolers.co, which you may have heard of before. It's a great free resource. This is coolers.co, and when you hover over tools at the top, you'll see that they offer many awesome features, such as a palette generator, the ability to explore palettes where you can look for any trending kind of palettes to use as inspiration. There's also an image picker where you can upload your own image and pick a color palette from that image. You can check the contrast between colors to make sure that there will be enough contrast online visually for your users. And then you can also look for fonts on this website. So let's just look at the palette generator really quickly. It's really great because you can click the space bar and all of the colors will change. Now, if you decide you like a color, go ahead and toggle right here to lock. Click the space bar, and now only these 4 colors will change. So you can lock again, and now only these 3 colors will change. So it's a really neat way to be able to put together a color palette. You can go over to export and click on export, and then you've got all these different ways that you can export a color palette as well. Next, let's talk about where you can get free fonts, because there are thousands and thousands of fonts available and out there, and it can be truly overwhelming. You can definitely choose to buy fonts and pay for them so that maybe you get a font that's a little less used or more unique. But this video is all about showing you the free tools, and there are so many good free fonts available, so don't let this hold you back. One of the great things about using a free font is that they are universally found. So you can find them on Google and use them easily inside of your website. Then you can also find them inside of Canva so that you can easily use them inside of your graphics. A few popular sites to find free fonts are Google Fonts, which is at fonts.google.com, myfonts.com, fontsquirrel.com, or dafont.com. A good trick when you're looking for typefaces is to make sure that you change the type that shows up in the examples of the text below. below. So right now I'm just typing in my business name. So you'll see that it changed it. So if you're looking for a specific font that looks good with your logo type or is going to be on a certain type of text or certain letters, it's going to make it so much easier to make a selection on the typeface when you're actually looking at the words that you're going to use the typeface on. And when it comes to font pairing, there are some good sites to check out as well. This is fontpair.co, and at the top you'll see the navigation item for pairings. When you click there, you go over to a page that is full of font pairs. And this is really great if you're looking for two typefaces that work well together. You can see they've got so many options available, and they've given you a headline and then the body text names right below. Another great site to look for font pairs is the Google Web Fonts Typographic Project. This is a really beautiful site that shows you how the fonts pair together and also gives you the name of the fonts here at the top in a beautiful way that they look on the page that go with the font. So this is really useful if you're really struggling with what kind of typefaces might look good for your business. Another great feature is that when you click on the name of the typeface, it opens Google Fonts up directly where you can download that font. When it comes time to designing your logo, there are lots of free software available to help you do this as well. If you're a graphic designer or you already have access to the Adobe suite and you love it and know how to use it, Adobe Illustrator is the go-to for creating a logo. But it comes at a price, and there are free options available. My favorite software that I teach my students how to use when they're creating their logos is Canva. Canva is so widely used at this point. Most likely you are already using it, so you can check off one more piece of software that you're going to need to learn how to use. It's a simple drag and drop platform, so it's really easy to use, and most likely you're going to be building out your brand inside of Canva anyway. So it's great to have it all inside of one account where you'll be creating your slide decks and your social media post and your business card, you name it. Inside of Canva, if you go under templates and scroll down on the page, eventually you're going to find where you can use templates to create logos. So they have tons of different options, of course, of logos that you can use right out of the gate or as a starting point, which I recommend because you really want to put strategy behind why you're using the elements inside of your logo that you are using. So using this as a starting point, yes, I completely love that idea. So you just click on them and it opens up and you can click on customize this template and get started. But of course, you can always click the purple button in the top right, create a design, and start from scratch, where you can use your chosen typefaces, colors, and choose an icon that helps to convey the identity of your brand and evoke your brand's specific personality. I also use and teach Canva in order to build out your entire branding system and put together your brand guidelines. From the brand personality words to the image style and mood board, the design elements, the color palette, and even your brand voice chart. This one document provides everything that you need as you start designing for your business. And it also acts as a roadmap in ensuring consistency as you start building out all of the marketing communications for your brand. Now, you might be looking at this and wondering, well, how do I go about creating all of these design elements? How do I put this all together? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Click the video that's on the screen to learn the exact steps that you need to take in order to build your brand from scratch.